What's up, you guys? Welcome to a studio tour of a sports artist and sports card collector. Today's Memorial Day, had a little extra time to invest into the business, so thought this would be kind of a fun video to make. Starting off, the reason you probably clicked on this, the most unique thing that I do is sports art. I've had some incredible opportunities over the last year or so, including doing custom jerseys for Patrick Mahomes and Bobby Witt. Before we get started, I just wanted to add, this is not a video to make you guys compare yourselves to me or the things that I have. Really, it's not a lot. It's pretty humble, but I'm still proud of it. It's a culmination of years of hard work and really investing into my interests, trying to build something cool and unique here. Hopefully you walk away with a little inspiration for your own area, no matter how niche your interests are, like sports cards or sports art. Let's get into it. Over in this corner, you can see I've got some unsold, just kind of from when I was starting to figure things out and really diving into the sports art. We got the Caitlin Clark, and then behind that, the first painting I did under Cards and Canvas, which is a Jayden Daniels when he first won the Heisman. He actually messaged me about 14 minutes after I posted it, and I had like 50 followers, so it was absolutely wild. He asked how much for the painting. I told him, and he never messaged me back. But he literally got drafted that day, so he's probably busy. Would have been a cool story if my first painting for Cards and Canvas sold to the athlete. Didn't work out that way. But right next to that, you see I got another Jayden Daniels painting on the way. These are on French cleats that I built myself. I mounted on the wall. This just lets me have a nice flat back that I can mount the canvas on. This is a small studio, it's a small room, so you really have to maximize that space. Having an easel in the corner just was not doing it. This lets it lay flat. I can sit right next to it, get my painting cart near, and have a nice painting session. Right next to that's the desk that I'm working on the current painting, but we're gonna get back to that in a little bit. Right now I wanna go over the part of the studio that I've worked the hardest on, and that's my desk. You can see behind me here. This is the accumulation of small upgrades over years and years. I think we're going on year 5 that I've had this desk. It's just been pieced together over time. Starting off, we got the stand, the monitor stand. I built that myself. I went out, I bought a slab and stained it. I put it on a standing desk that I got from IKEA, even though I never really use it to stand, just like everybody else. I really like the Grove made stands. You might have seen those in other tours. And the functionality of being able to slide my keyboard mat underneath the stand. I can't afford, a $300 monitor stand or whatever they go for. So I just built it myself, ripped a little bit, stained it the same to match the top. There we go. Now on that stand, we have a BenQ monitor. I got that because it's color accurate as an artist. And I do a lot of Photoshop to mock up my paintings before I start putting it on the canvas or on the jersey. For ideally, when I eventually start selling prints, it's gonna be crucial to have that color accuracy. That way I know what I'm sending to the printer. It's gonna come out exactly as intended or exactly like what my vision is for it. Powering that, at the new year, I got the Mac Mini. It's the cheapest one, but man, this thing's a powerhouse. If you're looking for a setup, I can't recommend it enough. It is the most bang for your buck thing. I watched 1,000 reviews on everything. I have not had any issues, knock on wood, but I had a PC that was custom built and it was starting to bog down and run slow. This thing out of box booted up in about 2 seconds. Not to mention, it's the size, it's barely bigger than my iPhone. You could almost sit it in your pocket. So in terms of saving real estate on the desk, then you can't beat it. And in terms of power, I think it's second to none. So next to the monitor, you'll see an artist-proof card. It's a portrait that was hand-drawn by Josh Trout. This isn't the hand-drawn 101 card, but I did have the opportunity at a card show to meet Josh Trout, and he was gracious enough to sign that for me. Had a little interview in one of my videos. So if you've been around for a while, then you might remember that. But cool opportunity, like to keep it on my desk. Just a memento for how far we've come and where we're going. So right under the monitor, we got a handmade cast Stormtrooper that one of my best friends that he had made for me in college, and it's been an ornament on my desk ever since. So it's a super unique piece. A lot of comments about it when I have buddies over. It also serves as an amazing paperweight because this thing is just pure metal. So it's a really cool piece. For the sports card side of things, storage is key. There's a lot of materials that go into that. You got envelopes, bubble mailers. Where the heck do you store the cards themselves? Well, I picked up this rolling cabinet. We were driving past the house one time. I just saw it on the side of the road. I think I gave 20 bucks for it. He was having a garage sale. I've got it down to a way that works for me. I don't know that it's perfect, but I just separate quarterbacks, running backs, wide receiver, defense, and then my slabs. That way, whenever I have something listed on eBay and it sells, my inventory is usually around 200, 250 cards. I know right where it's at. I can go in there, pick it up, get it shipped out the next day. Easy peasy. My dad also gave me this cabinet, and because he saw that it matched the one that I have now. I have no idea what I'm gonna use it for, but I'm sure eventually I'll move some stuff into it, but it's a pretty cool piece. And then for stuff that I'm trading or holding on to, I've got a lot of stuff that I'm holding going into the preseason right now. I just keep it in my Zion case. It was a Black Friday deal at Zion, and I really like the convenience of it. I like the locks, and it's just kind of satisfying. Listen to how the locks go. Another kind of underrated investment is the speakers, also on the monitor stand. I used to spend hours. During COVID, I'd spend hours watching these office tours, and I just love it. So it's kind of crazy that I'm making one now because I didn't even have a YouTube channel at that time. But I'm really big on getting bang for your buck. The quality of these little bubble speakers are great. Obviously, just being an art studio, there has to be shelves, there has to be cabinets, just to put things away. Like, I've learned that organization is not so much about actually being organized, but it's about, instead of having the chaos on your desk, you can easily kind of sort the piles into, and then it's behind closed doors. So people are like, oh wow, it's neat and organized. And it's like, kinda. My favorite ones are these bins that I store my sports cards in. So I kind of have a tier system. And the larger ones, I'll just put kind of my bulk stuff that's ready to be listed on eBay whenever it's time. Then there's the smaller one that I really like. It's easy to move around, and I put the cards that are potentially able to be sent off to PSA. I think they have a high chance of getting a PSA 10, which if you're new to sports cards, exponentially increases the value of them. So it's a lot of fun doing that. So I separate those from the lot. I cull them from the herd. I put them into the special box, and then once I get about 20, I'll ship them off, and then cross my fingers and pray that I get a 10. On the wall here, I've got mounted guitars, my PRS. I got that when I graduated from PT school. The art and card stuff, that's just kind of my side gig. I'm actually a physical therapist for my professional gig. The PRS, I traded in a bunch of stuff and upgraded into a really quality guitar. I play at my church. And then next to that, it's my acoustic, my Washburn, and really cool story. My wife actually bought that guitar for me for our wedding. It was a wedding gift to me, and so it has a lot of value because of that. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it, obviously. It's nice to have those in here because I can just pick them up off the wall and kind of pick around when I'm thinking through a new video idea or a new idea for a painting. I do a lot of thinking in here. Next to the guitars, you can see my books. When I'm trying to take a break, I like to read. Right now I'm reading The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, who's a Chinese American author. I'm into the nerdy stuff like sci-fi and fantasy. If you're not, then this will not be for you, but if you are, this is a big recommendation. I'm about halfway through, and I think things are about to heat up pretty well. It's really good, and it's not the romance fantasy stuff. No. This is like, no, it's kind of a fun one. It's not like your typical dragon stuff, but I really recommend it. For as much as I can without having completed it. As long as the ending doesn't flop, it's a recommend for me. Been picking up journaling. I use these field notes whenever a video idea or an art idea or anything pops up. I can just jot it down when I'm at work. It looks a lot better. The perception from a patient, if I pull out a notebook and write it down compared to if I pull out my phone and use my notes app, writing it down is way better. And then at the end of the week, I like to transfer all the thoughts that I've had, all the quotes that I've heard into this little Leuchtturm notebook. I just like the aesthetic of it. Over on this desk, you can see I'm working on a custom Patrick Mahomes jersey. This is actually going into the PT clinic that I work at. It's really a cool opportunity to blend my two passions. Maybe I get a few new commissions from that. And also just really cool to see, my employer buy into what I'm trying to build here on the side. If you guys are interested in anything like this, if you like sports cards, if you like sports art, or you just kind of want to stick around for the journey, I appreciate you guys subscribing. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I think I've done a pretty good job maximizing this small space I'm gonna go spend 2 hours getting B-roll for this video, but besides that, I think that's about it. Yeah, thanks for letting me talk your ear off. See ya.